Well, the federal government's 2-month GST tax holiday is ending tomorrow. And while retailers are saying they did see some benefits, others are criticizing the confusing rollout and the estimated $1.6 billion cost to taxpayers. Our Scott Peterson joins me here at the desk with more on this. So people are calling, I think people were excited about this initially.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
They're pushing to have it extended, but was it all worth it?
That's the big question here. In light of what Paul Hunter was just talking about, in light of a potential, barrage of tariffs that Canada could face, any kind of tax break for Canadians and for retailers is a welcome thing. But the cost, as you touched on, that's the pushback here. Anywhere between $1.6 and $2.7 billion. And that's the question, Angie, is it and was it worth it? Here's a range of opinions out there from the business owners. According to the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, for example, about 5% of business owners did see an increase in sales. 15% of restaurant owners saw an increase, and they're the ones behind wanting an extension on the tax break. Some retailers saw no change at all, and some actually saw declines. But according to the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, Dan Kelly, for retailers, in his words, it was a major headache. A lot of people had to re-gear their cash registers, had to make exceptions for a whole bunch of different things, and now they have to undo that as of tomorrow. So there's a lot of questions here. Was it a success? It's a big question. Here's an economist from not Rotman's, but from the Concordia University, Moshe Lander, and his words.
I think the most recent number that they have was that there was an increase of 0.1 percentage point where they were expecting GDP to come in flat. But remember that 0.1 of a percentage point is hardly anything to get excited about.
And according to Statistics Canada, about 35,000 positions were created since November in the hospitality restaurant business. And it's hard to say whether that was from this. And of course, it does not hurt to have this kind of tax break. So this is why the retailers, in particular the restaurateurs out there, want that. And here's one restaurateur from actually Restaurants Canada saying that they want an extension on this break.
We have open table data in the first 2 weeks of the holiday. Restaurant reservations and foot traffic were up 18% compared with the same period last year. That was 23% in Ontario. We have our consumer dining index information is now in, and it's showing that we've got a 7% increase in Canadians buying items, meals from a restaurant.
So the question is it's yes, it's good for the restaurant industry. Is it good for taxpayers to continue to fund that? Probably there's a lot of people yet to be seen on that. But nonetheless, people got to get it there as of tonight to take advantage of this.
Yeah, and I guess maybe see, will that extension happen, considering, as you've all pointed out, those tariffs and sort of, well, cost of living itself is so high, any little bit helps, but
it sure does. But there's going to be a lot of revisions from the federal government, and they've got a lot of balls in the air right now as far as trying to figure out what's happening in the U.S.
A lot of uncertainty, Scott. Thank you so much for this.